Let's set the lights. God, no! Oh, God. Whew. Way better. Oh my God, Bird, you're so Hi guys, how are you? And welcome to a second episode of Be Vibe. My name is Bernie, as you already know. And first, I have to make a confession. I have to apologize to all of you because I didn't have the time to make a second episode last week. So that's why I'm making a new one right now. And I believe that from now on that we will make and we will tend to do each episode once per week. So I believe that it will be good, it will be creative, and you will learn a lot in the future. So as you can see, today I am alone. Today I don't have my friend Johnny, but I have some other friends. This will be my friend Johnny. He's a good friend. He doesn't talk a lot. I believe he will be a great companion during this episode. If you have some questions for Mr. Johnny, please feel free to comment. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. So let's get started because the last episode it was more or less about the introduction. My friend Johnny, my alive friend Johnny, was helping me just to try to figure out the cameras, the setup, how we should talk, what topics should be covered, and so on. But now let's start going into much deeper details and to lay out what it is all about, why I started this podcast, who am I, and why are we here, and what you will learn. So, but first of all, let's check the markets. Don't ask me why, please don't ask me why. But as you can see here, we will now see what's the current price of the S&P 500 index. It's about $5,800 per share. Then we have the price of the gold. It's around $2,670 per ounce. And we have also the current price of Bitcoin. And as you can see, currently it's somewhere around $67,800 per one Bitcoin. Does it matter? Probably not yet, not for you, but along the way, we will see that a lot of these things make sense when you're thinking about your budgets, about your investments, where to place your money, how to do, let's say, clever investment, how diversify your investments, how do you diversify your portfolio, and what are the riskier one, less riskier one. But nevertheless, in each of episodes, we will try to see what are the current prices, and later on, we will see how to read those markets properly, how to read those graphs, what do they mean, what are the key market levels, and such things. And we will learn that along the way. But let's go into this podcast. So, as you already know, my name is Bernie. This is B Vibe, obviously. You can see by the neon sign behind me. So let's see what it's all about. If you can see the catchphrase on the YouTube, you can see it says escape the ordinary. So basically, we are trying to see what you need to learn, what you need to do, and how you need to think in order to be different. I'm not saying crazy. We all can be crazy, of course, but I'm saying different. Because nowadays, a lot of people are talking about the matrix, escape the matrix, financial independence, financial freedom, etc. But what does it mean? How do you go there? What do you have to do to become financially independent? What do you need to do, etc.? So this podcast is basically about me, about my life, and I'm going to give a perspective on various things that I know, that I have learned, that I lived, the experience that I have during my life, and I will share it with you. Are those experiences correct or not? Are they good or not? I'm not going into that. I'm not going to tell you to follow me. I'm not going to tell you, okay, of course, you can follow me on YouTube, of course, but I'm not going to tell you to do exactly what I'm doing. It doesn't mean if it works for me, it will work for you. But nevertheless, I was trying to extrapolate all the major global things from the wealthy and the rich people and trying to summarize somehow what is the common thing, the common baseline that runs through all of them. So all of those people have something unique, particular, etc. But they have some baseline, some basic knowledge, some basic steps that they are doing with their money, with their mindset, with their body, with their training, with their mind, that are pretty much the same. And basically, no one is teaching you those things, no one is telling you those things. Why? I'm not going now into that. We can go in deeper into that in another podcast, in another occasion. Probably already the next one, we are going to talk a little about this matrix things. But let's see, what is this podcast about? So it's about how to think, react, and act in order to escape the ordinary and to become better in any way. So I'm trying to be the better version of myself and to figure out what are my goals, what I want to achieve, where I want to be in 1 year, 2 year, or 5 years from now. So this podcast is about my opinion, my view on the world, and we are going to talk about topics about mindset, about money, about investment, and all of those things practically you need every day. Most of the people are not even thinking about those, not applying those in their life, but they need those things. So let's see how we can use and how we can benefit, both you as my subscribers and my viewers and I, to achieve greater things and to be better every day. So first of all, you have to have a goal in your life, and this goal has to be achievable. It can be a great goal, it can be a goal in 5 years, 10 years, but nevertheless it has to be a goal, and it has to be, let's say, tangible in a way that you can describe it in a series of steps that you will do every day, every week, every month, and you will make a check mark along the way every day, every week, so you can track your progress and you can see how far are you to this goal. Are you getting closer or not, or you have to refine it? The worst thing that you can have is not having a goal where you want to be. So what is your perspective? So this podcast is mainly educational purpose. So you can learn something, but also I want to learn from you. I'm not the smartest guy, obviously you can see, but also I have a vast experience, particularly in IT domain, because I am currently working in a company. I am currently a director in one of the IT companies, and I have been working on different, let's say, levels in IT, from a software developer, from a business analyst, consultancy, head of an IT department, engineering product director, and such things. And most of the time, I have been in charge of 10, 20, 40 people. So I have been managing people for 15 years. So I have, I would say, a great knowledge and a great experience in how to manage people, how to get the best from the people, how to motivate the people, how to give them something in return for what they do, for that what they achieve, and how to make them, let's say, love the same goal that we are targeting, so that we are pushing in the same direction all the time. The worst case is if you don't push in the same direction, then it doesn't make any sense. It's better to let those people go, to make something else, to do something else, or even to go into another company. Maybe there will be a better fit over there. It's better to do that than to have somebody that's not going in the same direction. He's not producing the value that's needed to go to achieve that goal. So what is the goal of my life currently? The goal is to be free. Yes. Somebody would say, okay, but Bernie, we are free. We can do whatever we want. We can go here. We can go there. We can go, I don't know, to the seaside. We can go to the mountains. We can go hitchhiking. I don't know. We can go whenever we want and do whatever we want. But I'm saying, okay, that's true. Maybe that is true. But let me rephrase this. When I say free, I mean in a way that I can personally spend my own time however I want. And I do whatever I want at any time I want. If I want to work 10 hours, I can work for 10 hours. If I have to, I don't know, go and visit somebody, I can choose whether to do or not. If I want to sleep the whole day today, it is my decision. And if I want to work for 24 hours in a row, it's still my decision. And that's the beauty of it. That's the real freedom that I want to achieve. Maybe the freedom and the goals for someone else is something else, but from my perspective, my goal is to become free in a way, to be able to manage my life in every aspect at any time as I like. So in order to do that, of course, let's go a little deeper and see on a real life example, what does this mean? Okay, let's say that you want to go somewhere. You want to go to Dubai, you want to go to London tomorrow. What do you need? First of all, you need a plane ticket, you need a hotel room, you need to manage what you will eat there, how you will commute there, will use taxi or some public transportation, etc. And all of those things practically means that you need to pay for those things in some way. But at the same time, you have a current life, this life that you're living today, and probably it's the most generic one. I'm now talking globally. For most of us, you have your house, your mortgages, your utility bills, you have your tasks, your 9 to 5 job, and you have a contract that you signed and said that you will be 5 days a week at that job working for someone else. When you're working for someone else, be sure that you're working for someone else's goal, for someone else's, I don't know, ideals. And those goals and those ideals doesn't have to be yours. They can be partially, but at most of the time, they are not your goals. If you want to have your goals and you want to work towards your goals, then you have to do something different. That's why the topic of this podcast is escape the ordinary. If you think logically, you can see that what do people who are, let's say, rich, wealthy, maybe those are 5% of the general population, what do they have in common? What do I need to do in order to become like those 5% of people? And you know what's the answer to that question? And it is completely stupid answer. You have to do the things that 95% of the people the ones that are not wealthy, rich, etc., they are not doing. So if the general population is waking up, going to the bathroom, I don't know, make a breakfast, go to their 9 to 5 job, drink coffee there 3 times a day, go home, go to buy groceries, then go home, watch Netflix, and then eat your chips to sleep. If that is your way of how you're living, I don't say that's a bad way of living or a good way. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it's the 95% of things that everybody does. And if you're doing the same thing that 95% of people are doing, probably you will end up like 95% of the people. You will not go further, go up into this 5%. So you have to do something different. So to do something different, it means that you have to change. But what you have to change? You have to change various things in your life in order to get to this, let's say, elite club. What you need to do, basically, I have been watching, learning, listening to podcasts, listening to different, I don't know, motivational speakers. I was reading a lot of books during the last couple of years. And what have I stumbled upon is that all of this knowledge can be compressed, let's say, into three categories that you have to pay attention to. And maybe it's a cliche, maybe it's, I don't know, you will say, Bernie, you're so full of shit. Maybe I am, who knows?
Yes!
But look at it in this direction and through this perspective. So you have a mind, you have a soul or let's say a mental state or something like that, and you have a body. So those three things. And those three things have to be in complete harmony, and you have to take care of all of those three things in parallel in order to become a better person. One thing that separates those 5% people from all the other peoples is that they take care of all of these three things, and they grow in all of three dimensions. So they are growing, let's say growing in this dimension by taking care of their body, by taking care of their mind, and by taking care of their inner mental state. So only by in doing this, you are able to move forward one step at a time to get to this, let's say, 5%. The biggest illusion that people have is that they are constantly comparing themselves with someone who has, I don't know, a nicer car, a bigger house, much more money in the bank account, but they don't know the real thing, what they are doing, what they have done to achieve this. But also it's completely nonsense to compare yourself with someone else. You should compare yourself only, and I mean only, with yourself the day before. If there is a difference, if there is a progress in any of these three dimensions, then you can say, you can be satisfied with yourself. You can say, okay, this is the way to go. So those three things, let's see how to tackle those three things, and what are their deeper meaning. So when you're growing up, you are watching the world around you, and you see, okay, people are driving nice cars, they have a lot of money, they have big houses. And once you are done with your schools, with your colleges, then you found some kind of job and you start working, and then you try to get higher and higher paychecks in your current jobs, or you are switching the jobs in order to get more and more money. And then you see, probably some of you can see, that no matter how hard you try, you cannot work yourself into being rich, into being wealthy. It's not possible. So you can work 27 hours a day. It's not possible. It's not possible to become a part of this 5 or 2% club. And why is that? Because you are always trading your time for that money. And the rich and wealthy are always trading money for time. So the money for them it's a tool. They don't want the money. They want to push the money from their hands. They want to invest in someone. They want to pay someone in order to buy time, to scale up, to get more money so that they can buy even more time. That's all the game that you need to play. Basically, what does this mean? It means that you can work 27 hours a day and still you will not get to this point of 2% of the people, because you are basically trading or exchanging your skill set to get this money. In order to get more money, you need to do different things. You need to get more skills, or you need to get another job, or you need to get a second job, and such things. If you want more skills, you need to invest time. By investing time, then you're not working when you are learning something. And it's a vicious circle that you need to know how to jump out of. Then, I believe 2 or 3 years ago, I started to look at those people, and I said to myself, okay, there should be something that connects all of those wealthy, rich, and successful people, something that I can use, I can copy, and implement in my life. Because if you are trying to get something specific in your life, something, I don't know, to find something that has never been found before and make a ton of money on that, it's pure luck. Maybe it will happen, I'm not saying that, but in most of the cases, in 99.9%, 99999%, it will not happen. So basically, if it will not happen and you still want to jump into this, let's say, club of people who are financially free, who can manage their own time however they want, what do you need to do? You need to see what is the similar traits of those people. And believe me, I have studied maybe 20 or 30 people, and I have found and I have extrapolated, I believe, 10, 15, 20, doesn't matter how, points and bullets that I'm running through, and I'm trying to apply those things into my life, and I already see the results. Even though I'm also a 9 to 5 guy, I have a job, but also I have started to do different kinds of activities. I have started another job. I'm trying to also work on my own company. It's not there yet, but I'm trying to do also that in parallel. It's not easy. No one said it will be easy in your life, but you have to change something. So if you are the guy who is waking up, going to your 9 to 5 job, after that you're going home, they're watching TV, watching Netflix, etc., then you are the guy in the 95%. Obviously, to move forward, you have to change something, because when you are watching Netflix, you could have learned something. You can learn a new skill and trade that time from Netflix and exchange it to the time you will spend on learning a new skill to become more valuable and to provide more value to the marketplace, and then probably, most probably, you will earn more money. So while you're on the path of going up, you should take care of your budget, of your income, of your active income, and on your investments. So one of the future podcasts will be specifically on budgets. You don't know how many times I have seen when I go to the grocery store, someone comes and wants to pay with a credit card and it gets declined. Why does it get declined? Because he doesn't even know that he doesn't have money on it. So how difficult it is to know how much money you have on your account. So that's the level of stupidity that we are facing. I'm not saying that everybody's stupid, but you should know, you should keep track. It's your money, you have worked very hard for it. Why are you like that? Why aren't you a little more careful with it? Why aren't you looking where to put that money to work?